Alright, so today in this video, I'm going to create an AI powered app using AI, but more importantly, we are going to use an open source AI model to power up the core functionality of the app. So far we have created multiple videos explaining how we can create AI powered apps, and in almost all that videos, we use Gemini API, OpenAI API or Anthropic API, right? But for this one, we are going to use an open source AI model. And now you'll be like, Astro, setting up an open source AI model, running it locally, setting up the server, allocating the resources, optimizing it for performance and price, and all of that is going to be extremely tedious and advanced and moreover time consuming, right? Well, not exactly. That is the reason why we are going to use Nebus AI Studio. Now for starters, Nebus AI Studio is like a platform where you can go ahead and start using open source AI model in a few simple clicks. It's as simple as grabbing an API key and copying a bunch of code, and you can go ahead and directly integrate it into your AI powered app. I mean, let me show you what I'm talking about. Alright, so this right here is Nebus AI Studio, and this is the platform that we are going to use for today's video. And the best part is that they have a lot of open source models that you can use in a single click. So as soon as you sign up for a new account, you'll be landed on the dashboard. And the best part is that as soon as you sign up, you'll be given $100 of instant credit to your account. So you can use that $100 to play around with this platform, try out various different AI models, integrate it into your app, and do a whole bunch of stuff. And now on the dashboard, you can see a bunch of open source AI models. So we have Meta Llama 3.17b Instruct, we have Llama 3.18b, 405b, then we have Mistral Nemo Instruct, then we have Quen, we have Mixtral again, we have DeepSeek, then we have Meta Llama, Gemma. I mean, we have a lot of different AI models, right? So all of these that AI models, like open source AI models that you see right here, you can instantly use it in your application in a single click. And now if you click on the description option right here, it will open up the Hugging Face page of that particular model, and you can go ahead and download and set it up locally and run this model. This is freely available and it is an open source one. But setting up the server, allocating the resources, scaling up and down, optimizing for performance, at the same time making it cost effective and all of that. And if you try to do it all by yourself, it's going to be extremely tedious, time consuming. And if you have no exposure into these kind of stuff, but you want to ship your product as fast as possible and make more money out of it, and rather than dealing with setting up all these AI models and stuff like that, you can focus more on creating your application and developing the core functionality. And if that's what you want to achieve, Nebus AI Studio is for you. So the first thing that you got to do is to create a new account, and as soon as you sign up for a new account, you'll be given $100 of instant credit that you can use to try out the platform. And the next step is to select whatever model that you want to use. So you can go ahead and select any particular model from here. We have a lot of different models, and depending on your use case and what kind of application that you try to develop, you can go ahead and select any of this model. And for this one, I'm going to use Meta Llama 3.17b Instruct model. And if you notice, you will see one thing: for each of these models, you will have an option that says flavor and two options, that is the base and fast. Okay, now depending on your use case and what kind of application you're developing, you can use the base model or the fast model. Now base model is going to be a little slower than the fast model. So if you are developing, let's say, a real-time chatbot kind of an application where speed is extremely crucial, you can select this fast option. And on the other hand, let's say speed is not that important for your use case, let's say like batch content processing or stuff like that, then you can go ahead and use the base variant. And for input tokens, like 1 million input tokens, the base variant will cost you about $0.13, while the fast one will cost you $0.25. So the speed comes at a cost. So depending upon whatever kind of application that you're trying to develop, you can either choose base or fast one. Now you can find all pricing related information for input tokens, output tokens, and how much tokens per second, the quality, and all other details right here. And to start using the same, just go ahead and click on this option that says go to playground, and this is the playground option. Okay, now even before starting to use this model on your application, you can go ahead and play around and see how well this model suits your use case. For example, you can go ahead and enter a system prompt, and you can go ahead and give a message, and you can try out the model even before you implement it on your application. For example, for the system prompt, let's say you are a blog post writer. And for the message, let's say write a blog post about SEO in 2024 and hit submit, and let's see what it comes up with. Alright, so it started generating the content, and now it will have the system prompt in mind and also the actual message that we sent, and we have set the maximum token as 512, and this is a short blog post on the same. Okay, and now another thing is that you can go ahead and play around with the parameters right here and configure the model to your use case. For example, let's say you want to increase the maximum token, you can go ahead and increase the slider and set it up, let's say 7,000. You can go ahead and play around with temperature, presence penalty, maximum tokens, top P threshold, top K threshold, stop sequence, and a whole bunch of other stuff. And you can click on this drop down menu to access all these models that are available within the platform. And for each model, there will be like a normal base variant and also a fast flavor. So depending on your use case, you can go ahead and select any one of these. Okay, now to develop the actual AI powered app, we are going to use v0.dev. So for starters, v0.dev is like a platform that you can use AI to generate code, and I've created multiple videos explaining how you can use v0.dev, and you can go check out those videos. So all you gotta do is to visit v0.dev and sign up for a new account, and you should be instantly redirected to this page right here. And now I'll go ahead and paste a simple prompt, something like this. I want to create an AI powered social media post generator website in Next.js. The user should be given the option to select the social media platform, enter a topic, a drop down to select the tone, an optional special instruction, and upon clicking generate, the tool will generate 3 variations of the content. Each generated content will have a save button that will save the content to the user's saved content section. As for generating the content, I want to use Meta Llama 3.170B instruct fast model via Nebus AI Studio. Here is a snippet of a code from Nebus AI Studio. And now we can head back to Nebus AI Studio and clear everything up in here just like so, and select the model. And for this one, we're going to use Meta Llama 3.170B instruct fast model. And you can go ahead and configure all these parameters right here. And once you have set up everything, you have to go to the system prompt section and let's say enter something like this. You are an expert social media content creator. Your task is to create compelling content for various social media platforms. So that is the system prompt that I'm giving. And once I'm done, I can just simply click on this view code option and switch over to JavaScript and copy this code from here. So I'll click on copy and head back to v0 and paste it in here just like so. Alright, and next up I'll go ahead and say modify it to use in our application for generating the content. So this is the prompt that we're going to send. So I'll go ahead and click on send and let's wait. Now v0 is generating the content. Let's wait till it is done. Alright, so v0 has done generating the code, and we have both the page.tsx file and also the code for the API route, both these files right here. And you can also see a preview of our app right here, but don't worry, we'll go ahead and further customize it. So the first thing that you gotta do is to set up a Next.js project, obviously, right? So I'll go ahead and create a new folder called AI app, and I'll just go ahead and open it up in VS Code. So I've opened up VS Code, and I'll go ahead and open terminal as well. And I'll go ahead and give it a prompt, something like npx create next app @latest and // to install Next.js into the current working directory. And I'll go ahead and hit enter. TypeScript yes, ESLint yes, Tailwind yes, src directory no, app router yes, and just give default value for each of these options and you should be good to go. And let's wait till it is done. Alright, so Next.js is successfully installed. So the next thing that you gotta do is to copy the code for the page.tsx file. So come over to v0 and click on this option and copy the entire code for the page.tsx file. I'll copy it one and head back to VS Code, and inside of the app folder you should find a page.tsx file. I'll open it up and delete the entire content in page.tsx file and paste the content that we copied from here. And now obviously at the first time when you paste this code, you will have a lot of import errors, and that's because we don't have these packages for button, card, input label, all of that Shad CN components installed. So the next thing is to install the Shad CN component. And if you further scroll down, you will see you will need to install required dependencies, and we have a couple of options, but this one right here is not exactly correct. So for that one, I'll just visit the Shad CN UI website and click on docs, next installation, Next.js, and copy this one right here. Click on npm and I'll copy that one and head back to my application and paste it. Okay. Now many times when especially working with third-party packages, the installation command given by v0 might not be 100% correct. So in that context, you can go ahead and visit the official documentation and grab the whatever code from there. So I'll go ahead and click on New York, neutral, CSS variable yes, and just click yes to all the defaults, and you should be pretty much good to go. And now Shad CN is successfully installed. The next thing that you got to do is to install button, card, input label, and all these dependencies or all these Shad CN components. And for that, you can just scroll down and let's say I want to install button. And now if you scroll down, you can find the command for installing the Shad CN button. So I'll copy this one and npm again, and I'll open VS Code and paste it in here. Now you can actually install multiple dependencies in one go. So we need to install button, then we need to install card, then space, then input, then label. What else? We have select and text area. So select and text area and hit enter. And now in this one single prompt, the entire components needed for this particular application will be automatically installed. And if you save, all the import errors should be gone. And as for the Lucid React one, it will be automatically installed when you install Shad CN, so you don't have to take care of that. Okay, the next thing that you want to do is to create the API route. And for that one, we have to create an API folder inside the app folder, then a folder named generate, and inside of that, a root.ts file. So the first thing that you got to do is to copy the code for the same and then open VS Code. And now I'll go ahead and inside of the app folder, create a new folder called API. And inside of that, another folder called generate. And inside of that, another file called root.ts, and copy and paste the content. And if you look at here, they say we need to install a package called, what is it, OpenAI. So I can just copy this command right here, npm install OpenAI, and I'll go ahead and paste the same in VS Code, hit enter, and that will install the OpenAI package. And if you save, the import error should be gone. Cool. And the next thing that you got to do is to replace the API key. So we need to grab a Nebus API key and paste it in the environment variable. Okay. Now for that, we have to create a new .env.local file. So I'll go ahead and click anywhere in the project and click create .env.local file. Next up, I need to copy this one from here and I can paste it. And now we need to replace this one with actual API key. And for that one, head back to Nebus AI Studio and close this one. Click on your profile, click on API keys and open it in a new tab. And in here, click on the option that says create API key. And now you can just give it a name, let's say demo, click on create. So once the API key is generated, just copy it and head back to VS Code and paste it in here. As easy as that. And do keep one thing in mind that once you close this one, this API key won't be visible ever again. So make sure you copy and save it in a new place. And in case if you miss it, just go ahead and create a new API key and delete the old one, and you should be pretty much good to go. And now that we have everything done, let me go ahead and run npm run dev to start the application and see if it actually works. I'll hit enter. Okay, localhost 3000. I'll open it up. Localhost 3000, and let's wait. All right, so this is the application. So let's test if it works. So for the platform, let's select Instagram, topic, keyword research in SEO. Let's say importance of keyword research in SEO. Select the tone. Let's keep it professional. Special instructions, nothing. And click on generate post. And if you look here, you can see we have compiled and made an API call right here to /API/generate. And let's wait. And boom, we have the content in here. Okay. Now we have a little bit of problem with formatting. So if you notice, we actually asked the AI to, whenever we generate a content, we need to generate 3 content. So we have post number 1 here, post number 2, and let's say post number 3 as well. And all of these posts are actually made visible in a cluttered way, and it does not really look good. But if I click on the save option, it gets saved. But I want to modify this application such that 3 individual cards are shown for each of the posts. Okay, so let's just go ahead and modify it. Let's say as of now, the 3 posts are shown in a single tab, and also the formatting does not look good. Modify the app such that all 3 posts are shown in different cards and each should have the save option. Okay, hit enter. Let's see what it comes up with. All right, so it's writing the code for the updated page.tsx file. So let's wait till it is done. Okay, let's copy this one, head back to here and replace the content inside the page.tsx file with the updated one. And let's see. Maybe let's regenerate it again. Okay, it's still not exactly the way I want it to. So all of this is actually again shown in a single tab. So I'll go ahead and modify the, okay, it still shows three content in one tab. Modify the app such that it responds in JSON format and give proper instructions to format the response for three content, and in the UI each of the three content should be shown in a different card with the save option. Make changes to the API and front-end component and hit enter. So let's wait till it is done. Alright, so we have the updated code for the root.ts file, essentially our API. So I'll go ahead and copy the code, head back to VS Code and open the root.ts file and replace the content. Next up, the page.tsx file. So yeah, alright, so this is done as well. Copy the content and replace the content in the page.tsx file as well. No errors, all good to go. Head back to the app and refresh. Let's say the same thing. Let's put LinkedIn, professional, generate post. And let's wait. And the API call is made. And okay, we actually have an error here. So in case you run into an error, you can simply go ahead and copy the entire error and paste it in here. Okay. I get the following error when I try to generate content. I'll hit enter. So let's just go ahead and copy the code, head back and delete everything in here and paste the new code. Click on Control Save, go back to localhost. Let's click on LinkedIn, the same topic, professional tone, click on generate post and let's see if it works this time. A call is made to this one right here and boom, it is now working. So we have three cards right here. So each of these cards have a save post option. So LinkedIn post it is. So upon clicking on the save option, it should get saved to the saved section. All right. And yeah, now let's say I want to modify the app such that it has a sidebar, and in the sidebar there should be an option that says saved, and upon clicking that saved option, I want these whatever stuff that I saved to be visible in there. So I can go ahead and say create a sidebar and include an option that says saved. When I click the saved option, I want to see the whole saved content in there. Let's say also include a top navigation bar and make the app visually appealing. Use gradients and colors to make it appealing and user friendly. Let's see, hit enter. All right, so it has started generating the code for the updated one with all the features that we asked for. So in this context, it is the sidebar, the navigation bar, and also we have asked it to use some kind of gradients and colors to make it attractive. So let's see what it comes up with. All right, so we have the updated code. I'll go ahead and copy this one from here. And I'll go ahead and replace the content and paste the new code and hit save. And if I come back to the application, wow, this looks even better, to be honest. Okay, and we have a 3 dots hamburger icon here, and upon clicking on it, a sheet opens and it shows all the saved components, saved post. So let's just head back, click on generate post, Select, let's say, Twitter this time. Topic, SEO for beginners. Let's keep it casual. Click on generate post and let's wait for a while. And boom, we have 3 different variations of the post, and each of them also have a save button, and each of these save button has a nice gradient effect, a icon and all that kind of stuff. So I'll go ahead and click on the save button and let's see, it says saved. And if I head back to the saved section over here, I can see the actual post in here as well. So that's cool, right? So we have like a duplicate in here, but that's okay. We can go ahead and adjust the code and ask it to kind of rectify the errors. All right, so this is how simple it is to create an open source AI powered application in just minutes using Nebus AI Studio. Now if you go to Nebus AI Studio, we have a whole bunch of other models as well. So depending on your use case, you can go ahead and try and use any of these models and get started with the same. And you can also go ahead and read through the docs and find information as to how to use the service. So if you are stuck at anywhere and if you don't know how to proceed further, you can refer to the documentation and you can just go ahead and read through all the information right here. All right. And again, one more interesting thing that I found in here is that if you go to the model section and if you scroll all the way down, you have an option that says request model. So if you want to use a specific model and that is not already available in Nebus AI Studio, you can go ahead and click on this request model option and enter the model name, your email and comment, and you can submit a request and hopefully the team will add it to the platform. All right. So yeah, that's all about it. And the best part is that when you sign up for a new account on Nebus AI Studio, you will get $100 free credit that you can use to try out the platform. So that's also yet another cool thing. And yeah, I hope you guys found this video useful. If yes, make sure to subscribe to this channel, like this video, share it with your friends, and I'll see you in the next one.